Nice that you looking at. Opalite, Opalite is a song by the American singer-songwriter Taylor Swift and the third track on her 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl, 2025. Written and produced by Swift, Max Martin and Shellback, Opalite is an upbeat pop rock, soft rock and synth pop song with a disco groove. It opens with an acoustic jangle that grows into a bouncy swing arrangement driven by bass and harmony. Lyrically, Opalite is a love song about past romantic hardships and self-made happiness. Titled after man-made opals, the song was inspired by Swift's fiancé, the American football player Travis Kelce, whose birthstone is opal. Swift draws from the advices she received from her brother and mother, and uses gemstone metaphors, visualizing failed relationships as dark, onyx nights in contrast to happiness as a bright, opalescent sky. Music critics reviewed Opalite positively, with plaudits toward its uplifting message and sound. Commercially, it became the best-performing song of The Life of a Showgirl after the lead single, The Fate of Ophelia, charting in top-tier positions across the Americas, Europe and the Asia-Pacific. It topped the Philippines Hot 100 chart, marking the album's second #1 song in the country, and peaked at #2 in 11 other markets, including Australia, Canada, the United States, and the United Kingdom. On August 13, 2025, Taylor Swift announced her 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl, during an episode of New Heights, a sports podcast co-hosted by her then-boyfriend Travis Kelce and his brother Jason. Opalite was also announced that day as the third track on the album. Swift's childhood love of opals inspired the song's title. Opal is also Kelce's birthstone. An opalite, however, is an artificial opal, a synthetic opalescent glass, simulating various opal and moonstone gems. Swift took inspiration from these facts, employing opalite as a metaphor for the idea that happiness can be created voluntarily. Opal is also believed to symbolically represent hope, healing, and positive energy. Swift described the song as a song about forgiving yourself for having gone through something that didn't pan out the way you wanted it to and giving yourself permission to not have it all figured out or not marry the first person you ever dated. In his podcast New Heights, Kelce described it as his favorite song on the album. Opalite is a pop rock, soft rock, and synth pop song, with influences of Europop and Eurodance, and disco. It was written and produced by Swift, Max Martin, and Shellback. It opens with a looping, acoustic guitar jangle, and grows into a contrasting disco refrain, supported by a bouncy bass, layered harmonies, and vintage swing beats. Critics have compared the song to the works of the Swedish pop group ABBA, the American girl group Ronettes, British-American rock band Fleetwood Mac, the singer-rapper Post Malone, and the pop band Maroon 5. Nicole Fell of The Hollywood Reporter compared the song's dreaminess to that of Swift's 10th studio album, Midnights, 2023. While Tess Patton of The Wrap found it reminiscent of the bubbly pop in her 5th studio album 1989, 2014. Others drew parallels with Swift's deep-cut tracks like Paper Rings, 2019, and Message in a Bottle, 2021. Lyrically, the song is described as a love song and a feel-good anthem about Kelce, who Swift has been in a relationship with since 2023, and became engaged to 2025, on the day Swift announced The Life of a Showgirl. The lyrics are mainly focused on their relationship, and includes references to former relationships of both Swift and Kelce. In the first verse, she describes her past dating life, her habit of reminiscing on her ex-lovers, and her brother's advice. It is followed by a chorus that are words of comfort from her mother, Andrea. Swift reflects on Kelsey's dating life in the second verse. In the chorus, Swift carries on her lyrical tradition of associating colors with emotions. She describes sadness and sorrow as onyx night, onyxes being a generally black and white group of gemstones, and equates happiness with an opalite sky, an iridescent pastel blue shade. This contrast evokes a symbolic transition of healing, as in dark clouds giving way to sunny skies. The bridge offers words of encouragement, describing loss and failure as steps towards freedom. People's Samantha Stutzman described the song as a celebration of growth, self-forgiveness and the messy, beautiful journey of love. According to Collider's Isabella Suarez, it is a love song about surpassing romantic hardships alongside a person that brings you joy and stability. Deborah Cruz of Parade considered the song to be a reference to the 2004 film Napoleon Dynamite. Across critics' reviews of The Life of a Showgirl, Opalite was met with positive comments, with emphasis on its uplifting and optimistic message. Its shimmering and glossy production drew plaudits. USA Today's Brian West described the melody as being as addictive as a narcotic. Variety's Chris Willman called the chorus a sheer pheromone rush. According to Lauren Haig of Clash, Opalite is destined to be a radio pop song of the summer style hit, boasting an infectious hook and a delightful bridge that showcases Swift's upper register vocals. Similarly, Kristen S. Hay of NME called the song a sweet, obvious radio single. Suarez described it as a catchy, bubbly, danceable track. According to Alan Light from Esquire, Opalite is a straight-up bop, dizzy in love. BBC's Mark Savage praised the song's breezy composition, describing them as unfurling like a blossoming romance. Maria Sherman of the Associated Press admired the swooning, addictive and idiosyncratic Swiftisms the song offers, claiming Opalite would not work for any other artist. She noted that the song has an almost iridescent sonic quality, while Anna Gacker of Pitchfork thought the song is theatrical in sound. Many regarded the song an album highlight. The Los Angeles Times critic Michael Wood liked its gorgeous, laid-back sound. Derva Moore of the Economic Times called Opalite a standout for its themes of emotional growth and self-forgiveness, and for a display of Swift's hopeful side. Caroline Darney of For the Win placed it number 1 on their ranking of the songs of The Life of a Showgirl, praising its joyous and sweet atmosphere. Jason Lipschutz of Billboard ranked it 8th in his list, describing it as a slick, shimmying track with a lively, singable chorus. Prestige Hong Kong critic Bushra Young also ranked it 8th, calling it an infectiously, contagiously happy song with an explosive, thumping chorus. Harper's Bazaar editors ranked it 6th best from the album. Willman considered Opalite as a surprising change of pace in the album. Gacker picked Opalite as one of the album's best songs, describing it as a better days ahead anthem. Gina Wirtz of Screen Rant described the song as the most upbeat, fun pop song that Swift has released, and further praised it as the master of pop music. There were some lukewarm comments. Carl Wilson of Slate named the song a near-perfect, classic Max Martin banger, but preferred its choruses and bridge over the dull verses. Ren Graves of Consequence quipped, Opalite has a fine but forgettable chorus. Suarez of Collider placed the song 9th in her ranking of the album's songs, finding its lyricism subpar for Swift's songwriting acumen. Opalite topped the Billboard Philippines Hot 100 chart as the second song from The Life of a Showgirl to reach number 1 on the chart, followed by the lead single, The Fate of Ophelia. Opalite reached the top 10 region in several countries across the globe, including Australia, Vietnam, Switzerland, Denmark, United Kingdom, Malaysia, Norway, Hong Kong, the Netherlands and Singapore. It landed in the top 20 in Belgium, the Middle East, Spain, Taiwan, France, and Brazil. Opalite produced a viral dance trend on social media, especially in the Philippines, and on the social media platforms TikTok, YouTube, 39, and Instagram. The viral videos in the Philippines integrated the Filipino language. A surge in Opal sales was reported, with Gina Weinstein and Katie Ann Lehman of Stylecaster describing it as a much-deserved hype. This is the end of the video. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye.